So hey guys, Sheri Ann Richerson from Exotic Gardening, Experimental Homesteader, SheriAnnRicherson.com, and biannualblogathonbash.com. And give me a moment while I attempt to adjust the lighting in here, because it's definitely a little bit harsh, but it's what I have to do in here to actually make it bright enough for video. I want to tag a couple people. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it, but if they can, that's great. Okay, now what did I just do? There we go. Sorry about that. I'm kind of trying to reach forward and, and I wanted to tag Brian. Give me just a minute. There he is. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I got everybody tagged. Probably most of you remember that, I think it's been a couple weeks now, at least a week. Maybe it hasn't been a couple, but at least a week ago, I received these cacao pods in the mail from a friend of mine in Puerto Rico. And the original plan was to do a show, and that has not materialized, not because I haven't wanted it to, but just because things haven't quite worked out like I had hoped. So anyway, I do intend to do a blog post with these, and I did want to do some live video. And so that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. Let me see if I can. No, I can't see your comments live right now, but I will check comments as soon as I get a chance to. Okay, and we are going to a low network connection, so hopefully this stays live. Okay, anyway, this is a new variety of cacao. The pods are a lot smaller than some of the other varieties that I've had, and it's called Lemon. It's actually in Spanish, so that's not how it's said in Spanish, but anyway, it's called Lemon. And Brian told me just to call it Lemon for right now. It has, I opened up one of the pods. This is what the insides of the pods look like, and then of course the outside. This is the little piece that the cacao pods are attached to. And of course cacao is chocolate. This right here is a chocolate bean. I know you can't see it. And all parts of this are edible. The pulp, the pod, and then of course, like I said, the beans. That is so good. The beans are what's used to make chocolate with. And what is special about this is this particular variety has a lemon taste. And Brian asked me to specifically see if I could pick that up, and I did. Not only does this pulp have a lemony taste, but it is so sweet. It's like a really sweet lemon. And this pulp, and I'm sorry, I know this is probably hard to see, this pulp can be removed and eaten. It's a sweet treat in the countries where cacao is grown. It can be fermented and turned into a liquor of sorts. However, it's not something that's typically sold on the market. It's something that cacao farmers make for themselves. I've been reading there's a lot of issues with getting that to market. One, because these just don't have a lot of pulp in them. I mean, that's just, the bottom line. But I'm real excited. I'm going to try to ferment some of these and make chocolate, and then I'm going to grow some of these into little chocolate trees. But what I wanted to show you, if I can get my camera position, I want to show you what it's like to cut into one of these. So let me see, because I have a feeling this is not. There we go. Okay. I have a really big knife because these are really thick pods. And I'm looking for an area that I think has a crack already in it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully pick a spot, and I'm just kind of going to work my knife back and forth because I don't want to damage the seeds if I can help it. But just kind of work my knife back and forth here along this rib. And something else I want to show you is this is actually how it's attached to the tree. So this is cut off with a knife where it's attached, and that's how you get the cacao pods off the tree. And these actually grow on the branches of the tree. We've seen them growing on the trunk of a tree, of some of the trees in captivity. I guess I shouldn't say captivity, but botanical gardens and stuff. Okay, see if I can get this. I want to say hi to everybody watching out there. See if I can get this to just kind of split apart. Okay. This is going to be a little tougher one to do. Okay. So as you can see, when you split it apart, this is what happens. This is actually still attached, and it's attached up here where the stem comes out of the tree trunk. It grows inside of here. That's what this is. And let me see if I can grab it by the bottom. This piece right here is actually this piece right here. So I'm just going to kind of break that out. I also found you can keep these pods fresh for up to 2 weeks in the refrigerator. So I'm going to try that because I definitely want to try making something edible out of these cacao pods. I'm thinking about cacao chips. I was reading that you can cut these real thin and kind of fry them and make chips, and so I'm interested in doing that. This is what cacao beans look like fresh out of the pod. And then, of course, you would just start breaking these off. They just literally fall off like this. And of course, any of this centerpiece you'd want to separate out. But just, isn't that neat? Like I said, you can just kind of press and pull these apart. There might be a better way to do it. I don't know, but this is the way that I do it. And these are still really moist and really, really fresh seeds, even though they have been shipped from Puerto Rico, and they've been sitting in my house in the box. And give me a moment. Okay, now I'm gonna bring this back up. But like I said, I wanted to share this with you because to me, this is just amazing. I'm going to cut the last pod open. I'm expecting, because this is an older pod, and you could tell by the color, the darker color, I'm expecting this one to kind of already have germinated seeds inside. And if it does, that's fine. Because like I said, I am going to germinate a few of these. But we will see. I have certainly opened cacao pods in the past, larger ones, where the seeds inside were germinated, and I just felt like, wow, that was a surprise. Okay, again, I'm just very gently going to try to pry this open. This is an older pod. It is a little harder to pry. And wow, these are still just really fresh. For those of you that are wondering, a lot of times the cacao pod is ground up and made into cocoa mulch for your garden. So these are a little drier, but they actually have not started germinating. Yes, they have. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I just about told you they didn't. Do you see that? That is the root of a baby cacao tree. So, yay! I will be saving all of these seeds to actually grow into trees. So that's great, because that was part of the plan, was to grow some of these and to ferment some of these. Now, I, of course, am not going to go outside and dig a hole in my yard and put banana leaves down and put the cacao seeds on top and ferment them that way. For one, it's too cold here. I had thought about putting them inside of an insulated cooler and doing it in my car, but again, I think it's too cold. So I am probably going to ferment the seeds inside, roast the seeds inside, and see how that works for those of us in colder climates. Anyway, like I said, if you have any questions, any comments, any thoughts, definitely leave them below, and I will get back with you as soon as I get off here and get this taken care of, because I want to try to get some of this pulp off so I can eat it. And then I have to work on getting the germinated seeds planted. The seeds that are not germinated, that I'm going to germinate into moist paper towels, and then get those moist paper towels down into baggies so the paper towels don't dry up. And the rest of the seeds, I'm going to have to start on the fermentation process. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great night.